Welcome to Faith Stories with Dawn DeMarco-Book. In the same way, let your light shine before others, so that they will see your good works and give glory to your Father in heaven. Matthew 5:16.
Well, hello, I'm Dawn DeMarco-Book with Faith Stories. What is Faith Stories? It is Christians from all walks of life who share their stories of faith, hope, and love. And my prayer is that by getting to know Him through His Word, that you would have a relationship with Him. So if you need a Bible, please email me at FaithStorieswDawnDeMarco@gmail.com. Okay, you guys, I do this every week because I want you to go out and buy this book. My friend Stacy Herring, she passed away in September of 2024. She has a husband and 2 teenage girls, and her book is incredible, page turner. It's you can't beat it. It's something that is good for like teenagers because it's actually about a 16-year-old who got in a fight with her mom and got picked up and was being trafficked. So it's something to doesn't go into great detail, but it really is a good story. So check it out. You can get it on Amazon or Barnes & Noble. Okay, you guys, we'll be right back, and you'll meet my very special guest.
Broughton Garage Door Sales now offers you a difference with the LiftMaster Secure View Ultra Quiet Smart Opener with camera, LED 360-degree lighting, and battery backup. Built-in camera adds video and two-way audio communication to the MyQ app. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage anytime, anywhere from your smartphone. Schedule today at Broughton.com.
Just simply call Broughton, we open doors for you.
Tavilla Properties, located at 11471 West Sample Road, Suite 17, located in Coral Springs, Florida, for all your commercial needs. Call Jan at 954-341-1632. That's 954-341-1632, or visit www.tavillaproperties.com. Welcome back to Faith Stories. If you have any prayer requests, please email me at faithstorieswithdawn@gmail.com. That's faithstorieswithdawn@gmail.com. And we're back. Okay, today's guest, her name is Kelly DaRosa. She's from Kelita, Cork. And I met her a couple weeks ago, and she's absolutely adorable, and her product is so beautiful, you guys. I just had to have her on. And it's a faith-based company, and that to me is what sealed the deal. So, Kelly, welcome to the show.
Thank you. What an honor and blessing to be here. I really appreciate you.
Oh, back at you. Because let me tell you something, you guys. Again, I was supposed to have another person on, and I called her on Monday, and she was losing her voice, and I'm like, okay, Kelly, I'm going to call Kelly. And I'm like, whoever answers first, that's who it's going to. And Kelly stepped up, and I thank you so much for stepping in on such short notice.
No, thank you. What an honor to be here.
Awesome. So let's talk about your company and how that all came to be. Share a little bit about your background. Sure. And, you know, you were a Christian all your life.
So actually, I was born and raised Catholic, and then at the age of 11, we actually went to a Christian church, and I got saved there. Okay. So that's kind of where my journey stemmed from. Yeah. Yeah. That was young.
I waited until I was over 30. Yeah. I was like kicking and screaming, man, no.
Well, I always had like this passion to really get to know Jesus Christ. And I even remember at that church, actually, I had asked more about Jesus, and I was always seeking. At 11 years old. I was always seeking it.
Not me. I was in Catholic church going, when can we leave? You know, is it time? You know, you get bored. I mean, a kid, 11 years old. What are we doing?
So Kelita's Cork actually stems from, my grandfather used to call me Kelita. And that was our nickname that he gave me. And I used to spend my summers with both my grandma and my grandpa. And
where was that?
In Portugal.
Key component there.
In Portugal. And it was just such an amazing time, and they taught me so much. And one of the things that my grandmother really instilled in me is embracing your natural beauty.
Yeah.
And if I can I read a verse?
Absolutely.
I love
Please feel
Psalms
free.
139, and verse 16 says, "You saw me before I was born. Every day of my life was recorded in your book. Every moment was laid out before a single day had passed. How precious your thoughts about me, O God. They cannot be numbered." And that's what really the root is of Kelita's Cork. It's not just about sustainable fashion, but it's about embracing who God called us to be.
Yeah.
And sometimes those flaws or those imperfections are actually our beauty marks that God gave us.
Yeah.
And that's how He allows His light to shine through us. So
Amen.
embrace those imperfections, because God created you with purpose and
Yeah.
meaning.
Unless you have a zit on your face, which I do, and I've had it for 2 weeks.
You look beautiful.
Anyway, sorry, I just had to say that 'cause it's like driving me crazy. No. Okay, so how did you, I mean, was it God who just like placed this in your heart? How did that come to be?
Interesting story. So I always...
And that's why she's here.
I always used to, until now, I always used to write in my journal. And I always used to say, "Dear God." And I used to always say, I would love to do this. And I even used to talk to my grandma about that. And unfortunately, sometimes, it's planted in our heart, planted in our head, but sometimes we don't want to believe it. So I
Right.
was really sick for a long time. And back in 2020, I had to be hospitalized. I had a blood clot in my lung.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, and it was, I got there just in time.
Oh, wow.
And right then and there, I was like, what am I waiting for?
Right.
Like, I need to do this. Like, God's giving me a second chance. I need to spread His word and His message. And it went from there.
So, okay, wait a minute. There's a big gap there, girl. Okay, so when you were with your grandmother,
Yes.
did God plant the seed for this business?
Yes. Because,
Okay, so that's what I want you to expand on.
So when I would spend my summers with her, we would always go to these flea markets. And in Portugal, Cork is very popular.
Okay.
And she always noticed that I used to like beeline right straight
Isn't
to the Cork. And I was
It's
just
that
so-
Portuguese blood
yes.
in you. That's why.
I was just so fascinated
Right.
about it. And what people don't understand is
Yeah.
like cork actually comes from the trunk of the tree.
Had
right?
no idea, you guys. I had no idea that where cork came from. So when she said it comes from a tree, I'm like, really?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously?
Yeah. So it's harvested from the trunk of the tree, and it actually gives the tree more life.
Okay.
And it's only harvested in certain years. So they will mark the trunk of the tree in Portugal.
They number it, is what you
Yes.
said.
So
Okay.
then this is how cork looks like in the inside. And they go and put it through a steam press, and it gets very soft. And that's where it becomes fabric-like. And all of our handbags are handmade.
Handmade. Wow. So what was the process? Because that is not, look, when you're an entrepreneur, you have to jump through hoops, you hit walls, and you have to keep moving through, right?
Oh,
so share that experience as well. Because I know as an entrepreneur, God may give you an idea, but it doesn't mean it's going to be an easy path or an easy journey, and you have to keep pushing through everything, right?
Absolutely. And it hasn't been an easy journey.
No, I know.
And, it's just, I was able to, after 2 years of like really struggling, trying to find, what I could portray and what styles I would like, and also how I can use it to glorify God. And it's been a struggle, but I was fortunate enough, like the last 2 or 3 years, to actually partner with a manufacturer that has similar beliefs and really, really felt how important sustainability was.
Right.
And it's just been, growing slowly but surely.
So when did you start your company?
I actually started it in 2020. Like
Okay.
literally when I was in the hospital bed, I was already searching how to make websites. I was like, I need to do this now.
So when you were, so did you have to go to Portugal to source and find the right fit for, because like you said, we have to find the right manufacturer, because I designed this piece and it took me a very long time to find the right person. It took about
it was like a year and a half for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it took me about 2 years.
Yeah.
And when I was going to go see unfortunately my grandmother had passed, and I had already booked this flight to go see her, but I
Okay.
went to go see my grandfather. And I had been in touch with this company, and they were just so passionate, like as passionate as I am. Like literally, they're like, when do you arrive? And I said, on this day. Okay, can you be there at this time? And I loved it that literally that afternoon I saw them. They showed me the Cork farms. They took all my concerns and considerations into account. In literally 2 weeks, we had designs already set and ready to go.
And how many do you have in your collection?
Right now I have about 8 products, but I'm going to be launching my very new one in a couple of weeks, which is more like Western inspired.
Okay, so how many pieces in that collection?
About 5.
Okay, so a total of 13, which is very wise, because I think a lot of times, first of all, let me backtrack. So do you have design in your blood, or how did that come to be? Because, you know, a lot of times it starts when you're a little girl or a child. You have that creative flair, right?
Yeah, and anyone who knows me knows we're very DIY people. We'll do everything. So like that was really like I had a vision and I wasn't gonna stray from it. Like this is what I wanted, and I just kind of went for it.
Oh, that's good. I love that you say D-I-Y. I can say it, I swear. Because my husband and I are not. We'll hire people to do that, do like stuff around the house and that kind of stuff. So, so when you started drawing in the hospital, I mean, because these are really beautiful pieces.
Thank you.
And so were you drawing them out, and were you giving dimensions? Is that how you did the process?
I was kind of like gathering ones that I liked and
You
sharing
mean the shapes?
it. Yeah,
Okay.
and sharing it with the team and kind of saying, hey, I want it more Western, and even with the pieces I have, the jewelry, like I love Cork, but I also like
that's right,
pearls.
you do jewelry too. Girl, I love pearls too. I'm
So
all about
I love
pearls.
pearls.
Yeah.
So I was like, can we do a combo of both? So
Yeah.
and I just love that about the team, because they will sometimes they're like, Kelly, really? And I'm like, yeah, can we do this? Like even
But
our
then, you know
new
what?
collection.
As a designer, you gotta let the designer design.
Yeah.
And because you have a certain vision in your head, and it's like, don't think I'm crazy. I know what I want, and you know what you want to see.
Right.
So okay, so let's spring off on the jewelry just for a few minutes. So this piece, tell me what this, because these are beautiful.
It's a collection. So we have the adjustable cork ring.
Okay.
So
adjustable cork ring. Who
and
knew
it's
that?
pearl.
Oh my gosh.
And then we have the matching earrings.
And this is all cork.
Yep, all cork.
But it looks gold to me.
Yeah, it has gold little accents and pearls.
And is that gold plate?
This is, yes, gold plate.
Okay.
And then the necklace as well.
Pretty, and I stow the pearls. So what are your price points on the jewelry?
So this is a set, and it
Oh.
comes to $49.99.
You get the necklace and the earrings?
and the ring.
For $50.
Yes. And for this week's special, if you go online, Faith20 is a discount that you'll see, and you'll get 20% off.
Oh my gosh. Y'all, you better be buying her stuff. That is crazy.
Thank you.
That is so cool. Okay, so I want to go back to the bags, because I really think these are just stunning, and they've been showing your pictures that you had sent in. So let's talk about each. Oh, did you talk about? Yes, you did talk about that. Okay, so let's talk about each piece. Do you name each piece?
I do.
Okay,
so
awesome.
in the beginning, like my friends used to laugh at me because I used to name my bags after them, but I changed that because they're like, come on. So
let me share a funny story. So I drew out a whole collection. This rose is in honor of my niece Rosie, and so I drew out a whole collection, and that's exactly what I did. But mine was like really high end, right? And I named them after all the people who came alongside me. Awesome. Yeah, and it was in Italian. So yeah, my name in Italian is Aurora. So I have a piece. I haven't had it made yet because it's buku bucks, but God is bringing the right people. So I get that. So I love that you do that, because I did the same thing.
And I also like stem from like words of inspiration, like this backpack right here.
Let's show.
It's actually called Esperança, which means hope in Portuguese.
Oh,
and
say that one more time. Esperança?
Esperança.
Okay, I'm not going to try Portuguese because I have a hard time with English, as you well are aware of. Okay, so go ahead.
And I love the feature of this bag because the straps are
That's
zipped, so you
beautiful.
can use it as a shoulder bag and
Yeah.
also as a backpack.
Awesome.
And the benefits of cork that many people don't realize is that it is actually water resistant.
Yeah, that was the first thing, because I'm thinking cork, doesn't that, because you know what I'm thinking, excuse me, this is so naive. You know, when you have the coasters and they're cork and it gets wet and it sticks and blah, 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 and you're like, oh, so that's not this.
No.
Okay.
So cork is actually water resistant, and it is 100% organic, and it is very, very lightweight and durable.
It is, you guys, it's crazy. Because my bag that I have, which I love, is very heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And cork is very lightweight. And the great thing about, like, unlike leather, like, you need products to kind of maintain it.
Oh, absolutely.
Cork is very low maintenance. It'll last you a long time. Like, people sometimes laugh at me because I'm like, if you got Dawn dishwash soap
Yep.
with a little, like, magic eraser, literally you could take off the scuffs of the cork, let it dry, and it dries right up.
Okay, so Dawn is amazing because when I was on Worth Avenue and I went into this gentleman, it's called Julmer's, and if you're ever on Worth Avenue in Palm Beach, go into his store. He has, I get the chills just thinking about his jewelry. It is absolutely above and beyond stunning. And he told me, he said, Dawn, use Dawn soap for your diamonds.
Oh, really?
Yes. Hello, to keep them clean. What you do is you put them in Dawn, and I put in a little bit of water, and I soak it. He said soak it overnight, and then take a soft brush, and then just brush it, and it comes out so sparkly. And I love sparkle, so
Dawn is great for everything.
I know. And it's named after moi.
Awesome.
Oh my God. Okay. All right. Sorry. Okay.
So then our next bag, because I'm very Western, like we live on a farm, I love
right.
Western. So this one is called Rodeo because of the rodeo studs.
Oh,
And you can
isn't
use
that
this as a
adorable?
crossbody, and it has straps or a clutch.
Uh-huh. And you have a
And-
little zipper in the
yes,
back, which
it
is
has a little
lovely.
zipper,
You
which
can
is
put your
great.
phone. Does your phone fit in there? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wow. This is very cute.
These two
Okay.
are my go-to. I wear them all the time.
Let me ask, what's the price point on this?
This is $85.99,
Okay.
and then
This one, which you just talked about?
This one is $75.99.
Okay. And then
And
what's
then
this name?
This one's called Roça, which is farm in Portuguese.
Hossa?
Roça. Roça.
Hossa. Like I said.
And-
Yeah.
And I love this one too because of the multiple tones of cork.
Yeah, right.
So kind of it really just looks like the grain of the wood, which I absolutely love. And
Does
and it doesn't have a
Okay.
zipper, but
No,
it has
that's
a
fine.
zipper in the front, and it's more of like a
Crossbody?
Crossbody.
Yeah.
So these straps are adjustable, and that one just sits right on your hip, so it's
Okay.
perfect length. And this one is my absolute favorite. This is one of our new ones. This is a Yeehaw handbag.
That I can say. Yeehaw!
And I loved how it has the off-white cork with the
Uh-huh.
natural cork. It kind of gives it that Western flair.
Yeah.
And I literally brought this one on my trip to Tennessee over the summer, and these side pockets are so handy.
I bet. Oh
I
my
was
God.
just able
Yeah,
to put
that's
in my
really amazing.
my
There's
phone
these-
charger, my passport, like, and still,
Okay,
have
it's
room.
small.
Yeah.
There's not a huge amount of space, but
Right.
enough space for
Yeah.
like a cord. And then you
And
have
then you
this
have the
great,
back pocket
great
as
in
well.
the back. And so, what is the price point on this?
This one is $165.99.
Okay. Wow. So you have really good price points.
Thank you.
That's really amazing because you import them in.
Right.
Wow, that's really cool.
And we do offer, if you're here local, we do offer free pickup at the farm, and within a certain radius, delivery as well. And you
Really?
can also shop on the farm, so you can book an appointment to come out to our
Oh.
farm and shop.
Well, and she's going to talk about her other business. I'm going to have her back on February 26th to talk about, it's called Pharmacy.
Yes.
When you said that to me the other day, I was like, she has a pharmacy? And then I read your bio on the company, and I'm
Right.
like, oh my God, that is so cool. Because I was going to have Kelly do both companies today, and when I read about it, I was like, no, you need to have to come back and share that. So we won't share any of that. That's just a teaser that you have to come back and watch on February 26th. But okay, so let's see. Now, let's put these back so they can still see them on camera. And yeah, we want them to see. There we go. All right, and so she also has, you guys, shoes. Can you believe this? Shoes.
So,
What size do you carry?
So right now, since it's a clearance item, we have limited sizes available, but they usually run from 6.5 to 10.5.
Okay, all right.
And we do have flip-flops and sandals. So the stock is low right now, but we're going to be coming up with more in the summer.
Wow. So when I met Joel's wife, okay, she has a size 11 shoe. And so do you go up to that? Can you go up to size 11?
I can see, but right now it's only
Kind of limited.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know what, that's the other thing. When you create a collection, you have to have the funds to create that collection.
Right.
And as a business owner, you want to be, you know, not cautious, but you want to be mindful of the money that you're putting out,
Right.
because you don't know what the feedback's going to be, and you don't want to over order things,
Right.
and you want to be able to, you know, make a profit so that you can go forward with your business, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So what else do you have?
So we also have another backpack, which is more of like a fanny backpack
Okay.
at home online. And we have other types of bracelets and necklaces and earrings as well. And I'm hoping within the next like 2 or 3 weeks, we'll have our new collection.
Okay, and so you said you have another collection coming in that has 8 handbags?
Yes. So
8
in
different
total-
handbags.
Correct.
And then you're adding more jewelry as well?
We're adding more jewelry, more like Western type of jewelry.
When you say Western, explain that, because you know, is
Yeah, so more like the bow tie necklaces,
Okay.
more like cuffs.
Cuffs out of the cork? Okay.
And more of some of them with turquoise beads.
Okay,
and stuff like
yeah, that
and
makes
more
sense.
neutral tones.
You can tell I'm not a Western kind of gal. I like me sparkle, a lot of sparkle, and I'm good. Yeah.
Well, sparkle and pearls are great.
I know. Tell me about it. Yeah, no kidding. Wow. So I'm just so blown away by this. So the whole process took you only 2 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
It took me about 2 years it took me 2 years to
find
start, to find.
Right.
But within the last year, so in total about like 4 years.
Okay.
The last 2 years, I've been really focusing on, one, making our items affordable, and one, versatile. Like I want, as a mom, I want to be
Yes.
able to have a bag that fits every hat I wear.
Right, because you're on the go. My
yeah.
gosh, you have 2 kids,
2
right?
kids, yeah.
A daughter 15 and a son who's
9.
9, and he's special needs.
Yes.
So talk a little bit about him, if you don't
Yes,
mind.
no, not at all. Nathan is Nathan and Kaylee are the love of my life, and I couldn't ask for better kids. And Nathan is just so special. Like honestly, if I may share about my whole pregnancy with him, I've always been drawn to children with special needs. And my first job coming out of college was actually as a paraprofessional. And I remember I was a paraprofessional to a boy with Down syndrome. And I thought he was like the most precious little thing.
They
but
are
what I
precious.
really admired was his mom. She didn't put any limits on him, and she treated him as if he was like any other
There was
kid.
nothing wrong
No.
with him, because there really isn't anything
No,
wrong with them. They're
no.
just different than you know,
Right.
and that's okay. That's how God created him, right?
And it's just like so beautiful to see that, and so inspiring. And we had moved to Florida, and actually I'm a social worker at heart, so I have my master's in social work. And we were kind of, I was kind of up in the air as far as career changes.
Right.
And we actually, long story short, I found out I was pregnant as I was going back to school for nutrition
Okay.
and dietetics. And I was contemplating, my husband had started his job and his own business, and we were kind of like, what do we do? Like, do I stay home with Kaylee, this and that? So my first ultrasound, since I was at high risk with Kaylee, we had an early ultrasound. And I remember going there, and my husband's always late for everything. So, so I was like, you could start. So she started, and I saw that the tech stopped. and I was like, is everything okay? And she was just like,
Quiet.
and quiet. Did the ultrasound. He went back to work. I went home. And as soon as I was opening my front door, they said, we need you to come back. And I was like, why?
Did you know at that moment that something was off?
I did. And when I said, why? And they're like, oh, we have to actually do blood work on you we think that your baby might have Down syndrome because of the fluid behind the neck. So we went and I did it. And they said, we have 10 days for confirmation. In the transition, I was actually going to leave my position as a social worker, and I remember praying, and I remember praying, I said, God, you know, this is a big deal to leave my job, and we just moved into a new house, like, I'm literally leaving it at your feet. And
Best place to leave it, let me tell you.
And I kid you not, that night I had a dream.
Okay, I'm going to pause right there because I want you to share that dream after our brief message.
Broughton Garage Door Sales now offers you a difference with the LiftMaster Secure View Ultra Quiet Smart Opener with camera, LED 360-degree lighting, and battery backup. Built-in camera adds video and two-way audio communication to the MyQ app. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage anytime, anywhere from your smartphone. Schedule today at broughton.com.
Just simply call Broughton. We open doors for you.
Tavilla Properties, located at 11471 West Sample Road, Suite 17, located in Coral Springs, Florida, for all your commercial needs. Call Jan at 954-341-1632. That's 954-341-1632, or visit www.tavillaproperties.com. Welcome back to Faith Stories. If you have any prayer requests, please email me at faithstorieswithdawn@gmail.com. That's faithstorieswithdawn@gmail.com.
And we're back. Okay,
So
now continue.
so that night I had a dream, and it was absolutely crazy. Like, both my husband and I were at the beach, and Kaylee was playing with a little boy. And when the little boy turned around, he had Down syndrome.
Oh.
So 10 days later, I went in, they had the results. And I remember the midwife telling me, we know the sex of the baby, and we know whether the baby has Down syndrome or not. And I told her, I just started bawling. And she goes, why are you crying? I said, I already know. And she's like, what do you mean? I said, it's a boy, and he does have Down syndrome. And it chokes me up because,
I have the
you know, God
chills.
is so good. And that's another reason why I'm really strong about Kelita's Cork, because in society, people see my son as imperfect. He's so perfect.
So not perfect.
And each one of us is perfect the way God created us to be.
Absolutely.
And he's taught us so much, and he's such a blessing. He truly is.
Yeah, you know, oh my gosh, girl. Amen to that, because you know what? We all, like you said, we all have our imperfections.
Okay.
His is just more visible, but it's not even an imperfection because
No.
it's him. That's
It's
how
so
God
beautiful.
wanted him to be.
Exactly.
Because, and that's what I find when parents of special needs children, they're like, you know what? We wouldn't change anything at all.
At
At
all.
all.
At
You
all.
guys, not at all, because he probably taught you more,
He did.
right?
He did.
I mean,
He
you and your
taught each of
husband
us so
and
much.
your daughter, and just the love that they have. I mean, yeah, I had a friend of mine. He was a special needs teacher, and autism, and he'd come down every year. And anyways, it's too long of a story for me to share because I have 1 minute left. So. So I'm going to share that another day with you. Back
Sounds good.
when you come back, I'll share that story because it's a powerful story. So thank you again for stepping in.
Thank you so much
I
for
am
having me.
so grateful.
Likewise.
I'm so grateful. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you very
I
much.
was going to call you Kelita, but that's your name too. So
Yeah, it's
Grandpa
Kelita.
would have been proud, right?
Yeah, he would.
All right, so next week, you guys, who do I have? Oh my gosh, I met this young lady at Moms for Hearts Gala, in October. And her name is Alicia, and her mom's name is Rebecca McCarthy. And they're coming in next week. She was there in her wheelchair, and she was absolutely beautiful. And I went up to her, and we started talking, and I invited her to come on. And she says, I have been waiting to share my story. And I'm getting the chills, you guys, because I can't wait to hear her story. And now, you guys, check out my social media, share, 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 and subscribe, please. I would so appreciate it. Have a blessed week. We'll see you next week at 3 o'clock.
Thank you for watching Faith Stories, where you will hear stories of hope, faith, and love. Please join us next week, and remember, God meets you where you are.